We actually heard about ALH renovations through our financial consultant, who we obviously trust, and when Alan came for the first interview, we felt like we clicked with him right away, and he answered many of our questions that we had before we even knew we had questions.
Well, you know, we didn't really consider other remodelers because you talk to your friends and your neighbors who've done projects and you hear, frankly, horror stories about time and cost overruns and all of those kinds of issues. So we knew what we were getting into. So when ALH came and gave their presentation, they clearly addressed all of those issues and gave us a very extensive timeline of when the project would be done, how it would be done, what it would cost, and made it very clear that each item in the budget was accounted for. It was a complete answer to our questions before we even started.
We also did call the references that ALH had given us and talked extensively with at least two of those folks, and they confirmed everything that Alan had made in his presentation. They were sitting there with their finished product and had been through the process with him, and they were very happy and had validated everything he said he did.
ALH brought some really great ideas to this renovation because when we went in, we needed to update, but we weren't exactly sure what we would do. So we spoke with Alan, and he brought a design team, an interior designer, Arlene Ladegard, and an architect, Len Williams, who worked with us and kind of worked out specifically ideas for overall structure, what we wanted to accomplish, how we wanted to do it. So the design team brought a lot of ideas to us under ALH guidance, and then as the project went, there were a number of issues that came up that required creative solutions.
One of the things I really appreciated about the creativity of Alan and his team was that when we wanted to do something and it would come up and we'd say, well, what about this? They would look at it, and even though it seemed kind of difficult to do, they would say, okay, let's see how we can make that work. Let's see how we can get that for you. And I really appreciated that.
The ongoing communication made us all very close in terms of what was going on. If issues or problems came up, Keith Moore, our project manager, would work on his cell phone and make sure that a subcontractor was here and here on time, would inform us when they were going to be here, would introduce them when they came in. And I think the uprooting that remodeling does, they were very sensitive to that because every day the cleanup was extensive and we could live in the home that night while it was being renovated because things were taken care of. I think as you talk to people about home renovations, you hear all the horror stories, and every homeowner goes into a home renovation with those fears in mind. As we talk about ALH and our experience in recommendations, it sounds like we're giving unbelievable testimonials, but that was our experience with ALH and working with them. They did the job, they did it on time, the craftsmanship was excellent, and we talk about that and people almost have a hard time believing it because it's such an uncommon experience to receive that kind of service.